What if the reason you don't care about your birthday isn't because you're cold or boring, but because your mind works on a completely different level than most people? Most people are taught to believe that birthdays are supposed to be loud, exciting, and unforgettable. A day filled with attention, messages, and celebration. So when someone treats their birthday like just another normal day, it can seem strange, even a little cold. But psychology tells a different story. Because in many cases, this isn't indifference. It's a different kind of strength, a quieter mindset, a deeper way of seeing life. And if you're someone who doesn't make a big deal out of your birthday, there's a good chance you carry traits that are rare, grounded, and emotionally powerful. Let's explore why. Number 1. You don't rely on external validation. Psychology shows that people who don't emphasize birthdays often have a stronger internal sense of self-worth. They don't need one specific day to feel valued, appreciated, or important. Chegg, India. Think about it. Many people wait all year for that one day where they feel seen, where messages, gifts, and attention temporarily boost their sense of worth. But you don't depend on that. You might enjoy a quiet message from someone close, but you don't need a crowd to feel complete. And that's powerful, because your self-worth isn't built on how many people remember your birthday. It's built on how you see yourself every single day. Number 2. You value consistency over moment. Research suggests that people often use landmark dates, like birthdays, to feel motivated or reset their lives. Psychology today. But when you treat your birthday like a normal day, it usually means you don't need a special date to start living better. You don't wait for a new age to change habits. You don't wait for a celebration to feel alive. You understand something most people miss. Life isn't made meaningful by one day. It's shaped by the quiet, consistent days no one celebrates. For example, instead of throwing one big party, you might prefer simple, meaningful moments throughout the year, a random conversation, a peaceful evening, a small personal win. And in a way, that means you're not living for highlight. You're living for life itself. Number 3. You are comfortable not being the center of attention. Some people love birthdays because they enjoy being seen, celebrated, and surrounded by others. But psychology suggests that others simply don't crave that spotlight, and may even feel uncomfortable in it. Yahoo style. If you're one of them, it doesn't mean you're distant or antisocial. It often means you're grounded. You don't need to be the focus of the room to feel secure. You don't measure your value by how much attention you receive. Imagine sitting quietly with one or two people you trust, instead of being surrounded by a loud group. For you, that feels more real, more honest, and that ability to be okay without attention is something many people struggle to develop. Number 4. You think beyond social expectations. Birthdays are not just personal, they are cultural. Society tells us, celebrate, post, gather, make it special. But not everyone follows that script. Some people naturally question traditions and ask, does this actually matter to me? And if the answer is no, they simply don't attach meaning to it. Research shows that some individuals take a more practical view of dates, choosing not to assign emotional weight to specific calendar moments. Chegg, India. This doesn't make you less emotional. It makes you more intentional. You don't celebrate something just because everyone else does. You choose meaning, not habit. Number 5. You are more reflective than reactive. Interestingly, birthdays can trigger deep self-reflection, sometimes even anxiety, because they remind people of time, aging, and unmet expectations. The times of India. But when you step away from the noise of celebration, you create space. Space to think, to evaluate, to realign. Instead of distracting yourself with parties or pressure to feel happy, you might quietly ask, where am I in life? What actually matters to me? What do I want next? And that kind of reflection is rare, because most people avoid it. But you don't. You face it calmly. And that's where real growth begins. Number 6. You find meaning in everyday life. Positive psychology talks about something called savoring, the ability to appreciate small, everyday moments instead of waiting for big events. Wikipedia. And this is where your mindset stands out the most. You don't need a birthday to feel joy. You can find it in ordinary things. A quiet morning, a simple meal, a conversation that feels real. While others are waiting for special occasions to feel something, you've learned how to feel something in the ordinary. And that's not boring. That's freedom. Because your happiness isn't tied to a date. It's available to you anytime. So if you've ever felt like you're weird, for not caring much about your birthday. Maybe it's time to see it differently. You're not missing something, you're seeing something others don't. You're less dependent on attention, more consistent in how you live, more comfortable in your own space, more intentional about meaning, more reflective about life, and more capable of finding joy in the everyday. That's not a lack of emotion, that's depth. And if this mindset resonates with you, you're not alone. There are more people like you than you think. People who live quietly, think deeply, and don't need a single day to remind them they exist. If you enjoy exploring these hidden personality traits and the psychology behind them, make sure to subscribe, because sometimes the traits you thought were weaknesses are actually your greatest strength.